Come on. Woo! Okay, round one. So where do we begin? I'm going to talk a bit about spirituality. It's a bit of mediumship. How I feel the rest of the world is becoming more spiritual in 2024. How the Dragon Year has really pushed us to really bring out the spirituality. And I'll really give you a really good example about that. The Bob Marley film that's come out. I believe if that came out last year, I don't think it would have been as successful and as popular, and the energy wouldn't have been as there. I'm watching the trailer for this film. I haven't even seen the film yet, and just the trailer alone just gets me buzzing, just gets me hyped, and it just feels like I just want to open up my chakras and just start praying and meditating, which is really powerful, you know. Which I do feel like the Legend album originally done that for me over 10 years ago. When I used to listen to it, I would put it on repeat. I would literally have that album on repeat, just getting my vibe going, just getting into the flow of this spiritual music. And I have to say, reggae music is definitely one of the things that really gets my spirituality in place and gets me opened up and gets me in that kind of vibe where I'm flowing and my energy is flowing, my vibration is high, and I believe it is high vibration music, which is why I pretty much stopped listening to everything else and I just kind of listen to just reggae music just on non-stop repeat if I'm not doing any meditation or if I'm not listening to any mentors that are really boosting me up and giving me new ideas and creating new patterns of thinking, which is always a wonderful thing to have, because then we create new shifts in our minds and in our lives, in our lives, in our mindsets, and trying to allow ourselves to create new ways of living, you know. And it's very easy to go back into our old pattern of thinking, especially when we've been living 20, 30 years or 40, 50, 60 years in this mindset, and we're getting very used to it, you know. We look to better ourselves, and when we do better ourselves, what ends up happening is we end up waking up one day and we fall back into the old pattern of thinking. So why it's very important to continue to listen to these mentors, continue to do your meditation, to continue to push yourself to stay into those patterns of thinking and shift into that new way. And I have to say, the best way to do that is meditation. Meditation, and I'll brag on about this for years and years and years. It's such a beautiful thing, such a wonderful thing, and there's so many different types of meditation, but my favorite one is the one where you can higher your vibration, clear all the thoughts, and allow the messages to come through from the spirits, the guides, or the higher power, or whatever it is you wish to believe or call it. My understanding is we have our ancestors or relatives or even angels that will come through and allow us to communicate these messages and give us a better guidance and path, and the correct powerful path that the divine path that we should be walking down. We have many choices in life, you know. There is always that argument or conversation or debate between free will and, you know, are things just written for us, and we can talk about that to the end of the time. However, I feel like there is that divine purpose. There's always a divine purpose. And I believe my divine purpose is to come to this planet, which I have done, and to help as many people as possible. And I'm doing my best to do that, which is why I've started this podcast. This is why I've started recording these videos, is because I want to reach out to as many people as I can so they can reach out to me and I can give them that boost and I can help them, you know. We can always practice that random act of kindness every single day just to help at least one person you've helped, that changes their lives, that changes your day. You've done something powerful within your day. It becomes selfless, and these selfless acts, you know, they really can fuel us to do very powerful things. And once we have selfish desire, well, we can do even more beautiful things, you know. And I practice a lot of law of attraction, manifestation, and how to create certain things in your life, to create certain opportunities, you know. And there are a few people that, I would say quite a few people, to be fair, in the past 5 to 10 years since The Secret came along, or 15 years ago when it came along, and they've really become very lazy in the sense of they think that, oh, if I just manifest things will just happen. Yeah, that is true to a certain degree. However, we still have to take action. We have to take positive action. We have to have positive thoughts, which create positive words, which will have positive actions and have positive outcomes, which I've actually written down here. Great thoughts, great words, great actions create great outcomes. And that beautiful thing right there always goes back to the beginning, which is the great thoughts. These are our manifestations. This is where it starts with our vibration. Our thoughts are our vibrations. And every day, from the minute we wake up, the manifestation is turned on. Even when we're sleeping, there's a level to it. But the first thoughts of the day will have a ripple effect, a knock-on effect for the rest of your day. So we should always do our best to wake up in the best of moods. Even if you wake up and you've had a couple of bad thoughts, don't think, okay, the day's written off. We can just go back and say, okay, there's a reason why I've been thinking the way I'm thinking. Let me learn to just let that go for whatever reason I've been thinking it. And just move forward with our day and move forward with our lives so we can do beautiful, wonderful things. For example, helping people or helping ourselves, helping loved ones, doing the right thing, And these beautiful things that come, these divine things that come, they always come from that higher power. You can call it God, you can call it Source, you can call it Jesus, Krishna, Allah, whatever you want to call it. That's it's entirely up to you. But the main thing is you get the idea of the higher power, the higher source of energy, the guidance, the love, and God is love. And that's the most beautiful thing that you can ever think about. God is love. God is love. And that love that you feel for your children, your family, your mother, your father, that is the power of God. And I love that feeling. And I do my best to embrace that every single day. I do that from the minute I wake up, as I practice gratitude, first of all, to raise my vibration. And I would say, as soon as you wake up, be grateful, raise your vibration to the highest, and allow the effects of that to have a difference on your day. We wake up, we practice these wonderful things like gratitude. You look around, you look at your family, you look at your children if you have children, you look at your material if you feel you have good material, and you be grateful for it. And then there's also those manifestations that we have, that with the desires that we want for materials and opportunities. And if you're grateful for them already, that's a wonderful part of your manifestation as well, because you can let that gratitude out into the universe for these things that aren't physically here in this moment in time. Time being the key word there, the illusion of time, which we believe it to be continuous, but it's time is always. Everything is now, everything always was, and everything always will be. So just going back to my gratitude, I practice gratitude first thing in the morning, and as soon as I practice that gratitude, it just sets off a spark through my day, and it allows me to raise my vibration. I practice my meditation as soon as I wake up. I clear my thoughts. I allow all these thoughts and all these things that have come into my mind during the evening, whether it was something I watched in the evening, or a conversation I had, or if it's a dream I had, I allow that to just let go and come out of my mind. And when it comes out of your mind, you can free your mind to allow anything to come in. They say to be something, first you must become nothing. To become nothing, you must have no thought. No thought will create clear thought. Clear thought will have great actions. Great actions will have great outcomes. And obviously in between there are great words. If we can practice silence, the language of the gods, that's even better. That's a wonderful, powerful thing. The language of the gods, silence, a beautiful thing, which we're not going to practice at this very moment in time. Well, I'm not anyway. You may allow yourself to do so. But right now, I'm going to allow myself to have this communication flow out to anyone and everyone who listens to this, anyone who wants to listen to this, anyone who wants to embrace these feelings of gratitude, high vibration, energy, letting go. I love that word, let it go. Very, very easily said, and for some harder done than said. And the thing about that is, there's many things about that. We'll start with the first one that I believe, which is there are no justified resentments. And if we can embrace that feeling and that understanding of there are no justified resentments, we can let go of these hatreds and these spitefulness that we have towards people, and these thoughts that we have about other people, even the people that may have caused us harm or caused us pain or anger or discomfort in any sort of shape or form. We allow that to just disappear and not forget about it, but let's just let it go, and we just let these things out into the universe and just say, okay, universe, thank you very much for that experience. Thank you very much to let it go. Again, practicing gratitude. And I always say things don't happen to us, they happen for us to learn from them, to push us into another path, to push us into another direction where we can then create more opportunities and have more great experiences and more wonderful times shared with family and friends or loved ones, and really embrace those moments. So again, I get back to those daily practices, waking up, doing the meditation where you clear out all the thoughts, all the energies and all the dreams and anything that would have come into your mind, and you just let that go. And once you've let that go, you can then manifest. And first we must practice the gratitude, and then following that, the greatness of the vibration raise will allow us to project out into the universe our feelings of desires and intentions and wonderful opportunities. They will flow back and come back to us how we've let them out. So please take that time in the morning to embrace these energies and let go. Practice meditation, practice gratitude, and go about your day, not allowing anyone to bother you. And just going back to the next one of letting it go, which is to not hold on to any of these energies, not to hold on to any of these thoughts, to just let them pass. Because these traumas and experiences happen for a reason. They happen to teach us, to give us lessons. And yes, we can reflect on them. However, do not dwell. There is always a time for reflection. There's always a time for looking back and understanding why things happened. However, do not ponder or do not wonder why these things happened the way they did. It's easier just to let them go, because you will drive yourself absolutely mental if you spend all this time dwelling on things that do not matter. And that goes to my next saying, which is, what is now does not matter as it has already passed. And within that, there's many lessons. That came to me in a meditation a few weeks or months back. And in that lesson, that single lesson of what is now does not matter as it has already passed, we'll take the first lesson, which is what is now. So think of time as being linear if you must. And now being that very moment there, we are now here. So that moment has already passed. So it serves no purpose. So let's just let that go. That's one lesson in that. Another wonderful lesson in what is now does not matter, it has already passed, is the idea that we don't need to hold on to anything. We don't need to hold on to anything. There's nothing really necessary to hold on to. There's feelings and these imprisonment, enslavement of these ideas that will never ever leave us if we hold on to them. It's easier to just let them go and move forward with your life and create and manifest wonderful opportunities to have that communication, that love, that passing of high vibration. That's a beautiful thing. And I have to say, some days, even the greatest preachers and practices of high vibration and meditation can even be caught off, which is why it's always best to reanalyze the situation, communicate with someone who also shares high vibrational energy, and allow their vibration to lift you back up, because we're always going to be going on a flow and a roller coaster of energies, and it's always best to stay on those highs. However, we will sometimes drop, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about dropping your energy, about feeling low. That's okay. It just gives you an opportunity to raise your vibration again and maintain it at a very high state. And the wonderful thing about raising your vibration is when you're on a high vibration compared to a low vibration, we can then manifest things on these high vibrations. But for these manifestations to come to fruition, we must stay and resonate on that frequency, on that vibrational frequency. So we must continue to do the meditation, continue to practice the high vibrational energy, continue to practice the gratitude, to raise our vibration and stay on that high to allow the fruition of these manifestations. Whereas if we raise our vibration, carry out manifestation, and then drop low into these low vibrational energies, these manifestations will never come for any fruition. They will just fester. And when they fester, they will just stay there. So we must raise our vibration and stay on that frequency to allow these manifestations to take place. And that's a wonderful thing in itself. allowing these manifestations to take place as they take place, and then be grateful and enjoy these fruits that you are manifesting. Enjoy these opportunities, enjoy these conversations, enjoy these meetings of wonderful like-minded people, and allow yourself to walk into an opportunity and serve. That's a wonderful thing. If we can serve and we practice serving, to give back, to look for opportunities where we can serve this high vibrational energy and pass it on to the rest of the world, we can light someone else's candle. And when we light someone else's candle, they will go on to light another person's candle, and another person's candle, and another person's candle, till the whole world's candles are lit. And when they're all lit, wow, what a wonderful place the earth will be. However, like I said before, sometimes we have dips and we have lows. So we must continue to raise our vibration and to raise it as high as we can, and to keep it as high as possible, and to share it with someone else. So that when our vibration can drop low, their vibration can pick us back up, and we can all resonate beautifully together. Love is always the key. That's why I put it there. Love is the key. Love is the key. Love is the key. And I've been saying this for years. And people will say to me, why do you say love is the key? How is love the key? Love is the key because if we use that energy, that love inside of us, we can fuel ourselves to do wonderful things. We can fuel ourselves to do great things, to create wonderful opportunities, and to be able to help as many people as possible. And I would say love being the key to the best vibrational energy, to the highest vibrational energy, because God is love. We can allow this energy and this love to pass on to the next person and the next person and the next person. And again, practice the gratitude. Always gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude. Maybe we'll put that on a t-shirt. Gratitude is the attitude. Raise your vibration. Be grateful. Be thankful for everything that has come and everything that is coming, as time is an illusion. And if we're going to enjoy the moment, this illusion of a moment, then we must be grateful for this moment and the moments to come. Everything that you manifest, whether it's positive or negative, will always come to fruition depending on your vibration. So if it's high vibrational stuff you're manifesting, if it's big stuff you're manifesting, and it's big opportunities, for example, finance and abundance, or relationships. Relationships are a wonderful place to manifest. And we will always manifest the relationships that we truly desire. And I come to a very, very powerful understanding of the relationships that we do manifest, because love is the key and love is God. God is love. Children are also a manifestation of love. And when we manifest these loves of relationships and beings, we are actually manifesting children, which is really powerful. If not now, or if not in the next world or the next life, we are manifesting children always. And that is through love. Relationships that we manifest are about two people coming together and sharing each other's happiness. And when two people come together and share each other's happiness, joy is inevitable. And the misconception that a lot of people actually get with relationships is, oh, I need someone to make me happy. The issue there is, no one can ever make you happy. And if they do for the moment, it's a momentary thing. Happiness is internal, not external. So first we must find happiness within ourselves and raise ourselves to be high vibrational beings within our happiness and joy, to then manifest and attract someone else who is a high vibrational being and with happiness within themselves. So two people can come together and share each other's happiness. Whereas if you weren't happy and someone else isn't happy, you come together, you're relying on each other to be dependent of your own emotions. You give your power away to say, that person is in control of my emotions. That person controls how I feel. I need them to make me happy. No one can ever make you happy 100% of the time. Maybe for a moment or a few brief moments. However, that will be very momentary. Then you'll be forever searching for this person to give you, to control your emotions, to give you that happiness. You've given all your power away to that other person to say that you control my emotions. You control when I'm happy, you control when I'm sad. And within that, there will always be doomed relationships from the beginning. It's very, very difficult to reconcile a relationship where the emotions are dependent on the other person. Unless the two people do the inner work by themselves, singularly, and then come back together and enjoy each other's happiness, it's very difficult to come back and reconcile a relationship that is based on emotional reliance. So if you are in a relationship where you have emotional reliance, it's best to do the inner work. And instead of imposing inner work on someone else, because we can never tell people what to do. And this is a very powerful, a very, very relatable thing. You can never tell someone how to be better. You can only be the best example for them. Especially a spouse or a partner. You can never ever tell, oh, you need to be better, you need to do this, because they will always see that as a negative outreach. And the example in that, the relatable example is if I recommended a movie or someone recommended a movie to me, it's very unlikely that I will watch that film, or it's very unlikely that you feel that you will watch that film, because you didn't find it within yourself. So we're very reluctant to do things that other people have recommended. Whereas if I found a good film just by my research or a recommendation that I saw from online or something, then yes, I will watch that and I will enjoy it. Because we're so stubborn and we have ego, we're very reluctant to take on other people's information, other people's advice on, oh, this is how you be better, or this is how you enjoy yourself. Most people will say, well, no, I'll choose how I do that on my own. And that's the point about ego. And we'll touch ego on another day. However, just going back to the relationships and how to advise someone or how to get them to be better within themselves, to do the inner work, you must allow them to see that within themselves. And first, we must be the example that we want in other people. We must be the best example that we want to see in the rest of the world. So first, do the inner work on yourself. Do the meditation, do the therapies if you need the therapies. If you need to remove the trauma, do the EFT, EMDR, havening. There are many different types of therapy that you can do to remove these things. Even the meditation within itself, which allows you to learn to let go. You must let it go. So do the work you need to do, whether it's listening to a therapist, or if it's doing coaching, or if it's doing meditation. Learn to let things go so we can remove these traumas and make better decisions, because trauma affects the decisions that we make. But not to digress, relationships. How to better your relationship. Raise your vibration as an individual. Find happiness within yourself. Find joy within yourself. Practice self-love. Self-love is a wonderful thing. The easiest way to practice self-love is to be in love with yourself. And if you're not in love with yourself because you feel there are aspects of your life that aren't that great, for example, if you're not physically in shape and you look at yourself and you don't feel happy within your skin, if you're not happy within with your diet, if you're not happy within your disciplines, or if you have certain addictions or behaviors, we must work on those to be the best versions of ourselves, for ourselves, not for anyone else. Unless you have children or you have loved ones that are dependent or on you, you must do that for yourself. You must do that work for yourself to be better as an individual. And then when you are better as an individual, you will enjoy yourself. You will enjoy your company. You will enjoy time by yourself. And that is a wonderful thing. Once you've learned to do that work by itself, you can then enjoy the energy, enjoy yourself, practice the self-love again and again and again. Take yourself out, go on to restaurants, bars, be social. And then you can enjoy and share your experiences and your joy and your love, your love and laughter. And life can be shared with other people. And then if you do that as an individual, and then you do the other person, your spouse, does that by themselves and does that work and falls in love by themselves, then you can come together and share each other's happiness. And life is a wonderful thing after that. I know this from experience, because after certain relationships, I had to remove myself from environments to do the inner work, to work on the issues that I felt I had, whether they were anger issues, whether it was trauma, whether it was a lack of understanding or compassion for other people, I'd done that work, and I'd done the best of my ability to do that work. I had got therapists, coaches, and I worked with people to understand how to better my mind for my partner. And once I was ready, I could then find a partner. But what I did in that time, while searching for love externally, I fell in love with myself. I practiced the self-love, and I fell in love with myself. And I enjoyed my own company. I enjoyed my company so much that someone came along and wanted to enjoy my company too. So we shared each other's happiness. I enjoyed her company. She enjoyed my company, because we were such high vibrational beings that we enjoyed each other's companies. And you don't always have to be spiritual to enjoy someone else's company, or they don't have to be spiritual if you are to enjoy each other's company. You just have to have good energy together, and when you have good energy, you'll have good words, which will have good actions, which will have positive outcomes. Again, great thoughts, great words, great actions, great outcomes, and it all boils back down to that. And again, that all comes from a place of love and desire. And it wasn't until I had my daughter that I understood selfless desire. Selfless desire is such a wonderful thing. Such a wonderful thing. And if you're blessed to have children, you will understand this. Or if you look to have children one day, or even adopt children, a wonderful experience to have is to understand selfless desire. When you look at that small child, and they don't always apprehend, and they at a young age, love, you will understand unconditional love, and that can become your fuel for desire, which will change your manifestations, because your manifestations aren't selfish. So again, go back to doing the inner work, go back to practicing self-love, go back to loving yourself, go back to doing the gratitude work, go back to doing the meditation, and you can flow through. You can have a boost in your energy, you can have a boost in your day, and you can manifest wonderful opportunities. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're looking for work, whether you're a student, or working for a company, or you have a career or just a job, it makes no difference. Find the joy within your day. Enjoy what you do. Enjoy experiences you have. And love the people that you are around, even when they don't give you the best responses, even when you don't feel like their energy isn't at your level. Still give them love, and you will feel no pain, you will feel no remorse, or you will feel no regret, you'll feel no negative energy or negative thought towards other people or within yourself, and you will love life, and you will rest easy at night time. Another practice that I do during the day is grounding. Grounding is such a wonderful thing. It's such a powerful thing. When we use grounding to remove negative energy, it allows us to then take on new energies and new thoughts, which is a very powerful thing. However, as human beings, we store a charge. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and in this human body, the human body stores a charge. So we must learn to ground ourselves, to let that charge back out into Mother Earth, where we come from and where we will go back to as always, and go back into the world and dissipate out into the world. And the easiest way to do that is with grass, soil, trees. Whether you have grass in a park or a garden or a field or a forest or a jungle, put your feet into the grass or the soil and allow that energy to flow back into the earth. If it's difficult to get around that, but you see trees, put your hands on the trees. Imagine that energy coming back out into the earth, back out into the trees, and going back into the ground and back into Mother Nature, and literally neutralizing the body. So all these energies and all these feelings and all these negative things that are stored within us can go back into earth, and we are grounded. And when we are grounded, it allows us to take on positive energies, because like a bottle, if you fill the bottle with water, it only gets to a certain point where you can only fill it up right to the top, where it starts to overflow. So we must empty the bottle, which is our bodies, of all these energies, and then we can manifest and create new energies and create new opportunities and allow them to come in and go out into the world. So that's another practice, grounding. Grounding is a wonderful thing, and that actually creates a meditation as well. If you do this while opening up your chakras, you can then reflect, and that's a beautiful thing as well. Allowing the energy to go out back into the universe go back out into the world, so the universe can then bring you wonderful things. You can attract and manifest new opportunities and desires, experiences, relationships, materials. If it's materials you desire, you can bring that back you can manifest these things back into your life, or into your life. You can plenish the body, which is a beautiful, wonderful thing. And I would say at the end of the day, if you have the opportunity, if you have the time for the meditation, learn to reflect back on the day. Walk back from the end of the day all the way back to the beginning and look at all the things you did and see, how can I be better tomorrow? Because every day we are striving to be the best versions of ourselves. So to do that, we have the opportunity tomorrow to be a better version of ourselves. And the easiest way to do that is to reflect. And when you reflect, you go straight back to the beginning of the day where your original meditation started. You can then let go of these energies and let go of all these thoughts, feelings, and experiences that you had throughout the day, and start afresh tomorrow. And that also allows detachment. Detachment is a very beautiful thing. Detachment allows us to disconnect from this material world and go back to the spiritual world, and then we can then attract and manifest new opportunities, connect to source, do the prayer, do the meditation, whatever it is you need to do to vibrate and raise your vibration, to then start the next day and manifest new opportunities all over again. And then we have the opportunity to start all over again and do all this all over again and do it even better than we did the day before and the day before and the day before. So take these lessons that I've shared today, that have been shared with me over years, and do your best and do as much as you can to give love, share love, and to have random acts of kindness, to give, to light other people's candles, to give as much love as possible, to help as many people as you can, so we can better the world together. So the world can be a better place, so we can be better for this world. We can be better for the next generations and the generations to come. God bless you all.